Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. Using girls on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug. Long boys blues, 1975.
Welcome to another Arcade versus Home. In this video we will be playing Wonder Boy, the arcade machine released by SEGA but developed by Escape, now Western I believe, in 1986. You play Wonder Boy, your girlfriend Tina is stolen by, is it Dark King or Drancon? I'm not sure, it depends on which version or which sort of locale you play the game. So it's a side-scrolling action platformer with kind of, you know, shooting aspects. Well, you've got a hatchet and you throw it at enemies, and yeah, that's it. It's got incredibly small music. It runs on a really, as I said, small loop, but you know, it's kind of iconic. And yeah, now the reason I'm doing the SEGA Master System port, because in this series so far, well, not mostly, I've only done PC Engine and Mega Drive, because as I like to say, it's the best home port, and this is the best home port. It came out on this, it came out on the SG-1000, which is the previous console in this line of consoles by SEGA, in Japan only, which is a rubbish version. I might do a gameplay of it, I don't know. It came on the Spectrum, Yamcha, the Commodore Amiga, the Atari ST came out on everything. Then I guess you could account Adventure Island to some degree, or I get confused on that, to which who gets to use Wonder Boy and why is Adventure Island allowed to use the same sort of exact style of gameplay. By all means, let me know down below. But the Master System version is the best and greatest home port, and the reason for that is the Master System actually shared some similar hardware to the arcade machine. I say that, but as far as I can tell, the graphics were directly ported and then trimmed down a little when other things were made. The game was divided up to zones. That HUD at the top that you will see shortly was removed or simplified, but essentially the graphics on the Wonder Boy version are kind of taken off the arcade because of the similarities of the hardware. If you want to know more about that, look up Hang On Junior. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's get into it. I remember seeing this in the arcades back in the day. I had a couple of goes on it because I knew it was on the Master System, but other than that, I wasn't a massive fan. But that's not to say it's not an important, relevant game in the arcades, and that's why we need to see this comparison. Money, money, money. Be prepared for the music. It's, well, irritating because of its length. Right. So, time, top right, or health. Now, lives top left. It is a big HUD. You hold. Oh, you don't? No. You see, in the Master System version, well, we'll get to that control-wise, but keep your health topped up by grabbing the fruits. Got a hatchet? Because I'm a death-spitting machine. I mean, really, it looks nice. There's no parallax. Despite the fact that it came out after Pac-Land, and that had parallax. It doesn't kill me if I hit the rocks. It slows me down. It will destroy my skateboard. Sorry, spoilers. Yeah, that's right. I invented a helmet and a skateboard. Oh, it's got zones in this as well. There we go. Skateboard. Makes life easy and fun. I mean, it's a fun, oh bollocks, limited platformer, but it's got charm, as most arcade games did back then. It's funny though, I mean, I know it was made by someone else and not Sega, but let's compare to what else was out by Sega at this point. 1986, obviously Outrun. Yoink! Balls, fire will kill me. Fuck. But obviously same year, Outrun. Space Harrier the year before. I guess it's when you have, like, I don't know, use your limited hardware or budget hardware, stuff like that. There is a Spectrum version, as I said. I would do a gameplay of that. I probably will. I'm indestructible. But it's horrible. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Hey, the Commodore 64 version's alright. Yoink! You've got momentum, obviously, which makes things a little tricky. Oh shit! That was a fairy. I needed that. Yeah. It's trickier on the Master System. Stage 1, go! I really do need to look up what it looks like on the Amiga and Atari ST. I'm pretty sure this is better. Oh, this level's a bastard. You're probably not going to see any further than this. I'm not going to get the skateboard. Yoink! Some of the clouds will actually drop. I'm actually pensive. And I don't mean like that. Woo! I mean like you stand on them and they drop. What's that do? I don't know. I'm scared. Oh! Bloosh. Apparently I can't swim. I can ride a skateboard, which I invented. I invented the wheel. But yeah, I can't swim. What a pussy. Notice the hatchet. Sea life. I hit everyone. Sea life, land life, insects, snails, frogs. They're all bastards. Yoink! So you coming that time? Oh, speed! Oh, no, I get it. So you can see the thing ticking down the top right. Yoink! Fruit is your friend. Kind of like real life, really. One of you 5 a day. Ooh! See, I think on the Master System, I checked when we play that, you've got to press or hold down one of the buttons in order to enable your speed. Yes! There you go. Let's have a look at the SEGA Master System. I couldn't possibly be any worse at it, could I? So here we go, Wonder Boy on the SEGA Master System. Now, obviously, the title screen has taken a hit from the arcade. Now, as I said, it shares some similarities in the hardware, but it's obviously not exactly the same and not as powerful. But what you can see right from the start there is, tell me, does that not look very, very close to the arcade indeed? Indeed, as I said at the start of this video, obviously the heads-up display at the top of the screen is being very much simplified. I guess that's because the arcade had more grunts. Having that much of the screen taken up on the Master System would have impacted its performance, because it runs just like the arcade, sounds just like the arcade, and just like the arcade, if I say that any more times, feel free to play a drinking game. The music is on the smallest loop ever and will get on your tits. Now, this was obviously released in 1987, and boring random fact about it is this came with my second-hand Master System that I paid half the money for, and my parents gave me the other half so I could have it for Christmas. I had this, I had Afterburner, and I had Outrun. Hang on. And yeah, I love them all, but I had a special soft spot for this, despite not really playing it in the arcade. Right, you have to hold down your button for hatchet in order to be able to run fast enough so you can jump high up. I don't know why it did that. Now, when I say it's divided into zones, is that the Game Gear version or not? Because this one appears to be as well, but I don't know. There is a bit of flickering on some of the objects. It's the Master System, you'd expect that, but your sprite itself looks amazing compared to the arcade. Doesn't seem to flicker at all. Where's the skateboard? Your health bar seems a lot bloody small. Skateboard! Again, I may be a caveman, but I've invented the wheel and fire apparently, and hard, stress-resistant plastics for my helmet. See, it's got stages. Ooh! Shizen. The only problem having to hold this button down means you've got to sprint because you want to jump these things. This looks so close to the arcade, but it means that to get your high jumps, you're basically removing an easy ability. I can run through fire to shoot, which seems a bit weird. I can destroy rocks. Platform's a bit flickery. Oh! Look how close to the arcade. Oh. This is, I think, that was Tina, a model of Tina. Was that an extra life? Ooh. Look at him do his little shuffle. Gotta stay active. Something very Stewie Griffin about that. Doll bonus. Doll that looks just like my girlfriend Tina. 'Cause that's not creepy at all, is it? So what is the deal between this and Adventure Island? Did one company retain the rights to use the name Game Boy, Wonder Boy, and the other company retain the rights to use the style of gameplay? But then, to be fair, the games in the Wonder Boy series are bad because they mixed it up and went RPG. And then the third one didn't. I Don't Want You. It went all shooter, but it stayed RPG on the Master System and is an amazing game, but we're not talking about them, we're talking about this. And obviously they retain the rights to some degree make a version of that on the PC Engine or TurboGrafx, didn't they? So what is the deal with that? But again, that's nothing to do with this video. God, that's tight. Ooh. Yoink. See, look how close the sprites are as well. This is a tour de force in early console home ports of arcade machines and how bang on they could be. Ooh, obviously the fact that it shared similar hardware was a help. Yoink! No! There we go, look at that! Now I'm killing natives. Ooh. Ooh, no, no, no! Don't like that. Yay, we like that though. Come on, come on. I'm a death machine. Which I need here, it would seem. Which ones are going to drop? I don't know. Oh. Ooh, saucy. Is it easy in the arcade machine? Words to... Oh, I thought I was going to go back down. Kill yourself by there, Dave. I don't like that. Ooh! This is tense. Yoink! Look at that! It's easier than the arcade. Oh, there you go. Well, anyway, I'm going to call it quits there. Wonder Boy the arcade game versus Wonder Boy on the SEGA Master System. Out of all these videos in this series, this is probably the closest home port. Anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think. Did you play either? Did you play neither? And thank you very much for watching.